Oh my god. Wait. Just put this back on. Put this on your thing. Right,
On the top. We're doing it like proper like TV people. You get the sound of my hair swishing in
your
it a
voice
bit.
is that bit louder anyway. So.
Well, yeah, of course. I've got a big honking freaking foghorn voice, haven't I?
I know.
Let's talk about the microphone placement for this because.
I just thought because the microphone was closer to my mouth, but your voice was loud, so it's a benefit. It's not.
But how do you know if a microphone is near to your mouth? Is that going to be picking up the reverberations from your larynx?
Well, I'm studying it on here, so.
Oh, I see. You're looking at the
You're louder.
display. Yeah, I'm louder. Okay. What we've established here,
So
straight out of the bat, is that one of us is a foghorn and the other one is a gentle country breeze.
Exactly.
A beautiful set of wind chimes. Your wind chimes, and I'm a comedy air horn. Honk.
You do make a good honk sound.
Honk. That's where my skills lie, Henry.
So, Bobby's Buffalo Chips.
Bobby's Buffalo Chips. Yeah.
Is the starting point of our journey onto.
Well,
Bobby.
I feel like it's a terrible place to start because we're talking about crisps here, and we started off with one which is self-identifying as chips.
But chips is just another word for crisps, is
not where I'm from.
home
Henry.
is house or toilet or bathroom.
Garage is garage, pavement is sidewalk. No, where I come from, Henry, post-Brexit, where I come from, things have meaning again. It used to be when we all joined up with Europe, nothing had meaning. It was all just fluid and gelatinous. But now we've taken back our meaning, and crisps are slices of potatoes, and chips are... What are chips?
Chips are things you get in chip
rectangles
shops made of potato.
So what are fries? Where are fries?
Fries.
Where do fries come in this
Fries
spectrum?
are thin potato fried.
Yeah.
But just use your head. Because it's a bag of crisps. And
But
it
I feel
says
like
chips, but it's because it's buffalo. It's because it's meant to be from America. It's buffalo chips.
Which is fine.
In cowboy times, they were probably called chips.
This snack item is self-identifying as a chip, even though in this country it would traditionally be a crisp, and that's fine. I'm not going to take its right. Okay, we'll get onto that in a moment.
Okay, yeah.
Don't muddy the waters.
I'm holding up a packet of Bobby's Burger Bites.
Don't muddy the waters because now, we're talking about what is a bite. Is a bite taking an actual chunk out of something using your teeth? Because that to me is a bite. If something is going into your mouth without being bitten, it's a mouthful.
It's many. It's bites, and it needs to have the S on the end because you need to bite it quite a few times.
Oh, but no, these bites, they're the foamy crisp type that if you just leave them on your tongue long enough, they will deflate and become a disc of...
Sorry to go off topic, but they look like yo-yos without strings on the head.
That's true, they do. They look like... They look like button mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Or the penis of a child. The tiny acorn penis of an undeveloped
Or a
child.
doorknob.
Or a doorknob, yes. A tiny doorknob for a doll's house. So yeah, it seems strange as a pair of English people to talk about chips when what we're actually talking about is crisps. Chips come from the chip shop. You put the salt and vinegar on them yourself. They are served to you by a man in a little kind of paper sailor's hat. They're usually accompanied by battered fish. That is to me what a chip is. But in America, fine, I'll let them have their own thing. You know, they've got their own way of doing stuff. They call it chips. So these are ridged crisps, which have decided they're called chips.
There you go. I'll just cover up the H.
Now it says IPS.
well, if you just imagine there's an R there.
Crips, yeah.
Crips. Sorry, I forgot you had...
well, okay, so...
Alright, well, and change that around and put an S.
So the semantic discussion over, we have the Bobby's brand, two different items here. We have buffalo chips, a stampede of chili beef flavour. It's not just little buffaloes running at you.
I like that picture of the buffaloes.
Yeah, it's a way.
One of them's even got steam coming out of his nose.
That's nice. Yeah, they're really keen to deliver that favour.
What bird's that? There's a little bird.
It'll be a vulture, won't it?
Yeah,
it's got to be a vulture in cowboy times.
Yeah.
In cowboy times, there were 3 types of animal. There were
also
horses, buffaloes, and vultures.
Anorexic cactus plants there.
Oh yeah, they're not getting enough.
They've got spikes on them, or maybe they don't.
Well, cacti have a broad.
Cacti.
Cacti. Yes, that's the plural. Is this the food? No, it's not a food, isn't it? Can you eat cacti?
Yes. Yeah.
Good,
I saw it on
okay.
MasterChef Australia. So I want to go.
Okay.
It says you can follow them on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram.
Instagram.
I'm interested to
So
see.
Instagram is usually used for people to take photos of their dinner. So is the Bobby's Instagram is just pictures of crisps?
Yeah,
It's pretty good Instagram to me. Sounds pretty good.
I mean, I follow. For example, I follow Seabrook on Twitter. And they're very. They're very annoying. Every day it's like it's Seabrook Tuesday. It's Seabrook Wednesday.
You do not have
a box of Seabrook crisps. It's Seabrook Thursday.
Seabrooks, you do not have to minion over my calendar. This is my Thursday. I'm going to do what I want with this Thursday. It might involve Seabrook's crisps. It might involve Bobby's crisps. We don't know.
I sort of like them. It's that kind of case of, like when you like a musician and then you actually hear them talk and then you go off them because they're complete dickheads. So.
I used to like you, Brian Eno.
So I mean, I've been put off buying Seabrook crisps because of their social media,
because of the personality that's been applied to them. It's a multi-stranded thing now. It used to be that the only way that your food would communicate you was through those overly chummy bits of text on the back of an innocent smoothie. So, hi, you want to be my friend? I'm an instant smoothie. Hey, hang out with me. I really like free jazz. Yeah, I'm an instant smoothie. I go to the allotment once a week, and I try and keep it up to date, but sometimes it gets a bit scruffy. I'm an instant smoothie. Yeah. But it's not just that now. You have the personality that is conveyed by the text on the packaging, the image on the packaging, but also by the subsidiary external. It's a crisp marketing extended universe, which travels out, and depending on how you encounter it, it's like a many-faced, it's like Janus, the two-faced god of antiquity. Every type of crisps can have many different images to many different people. It's like we were saying earlier, it's really nice hanging out with one of your friends, that's great, you can have a chat with them, but oh my god, when there are 2 friends there, it's a nightmare. So what is 1 pack of crisps to 2 people? It is a very different experience.
So are you on? Are you on? What have we gone for? Have we gone for their YouTube or their?
I've gone to the source. Henry.
You've gone to the mate because there'll be links to all of these places on there. I imagine because I can only just see a bit of the reflection in your glasses.
Yeah.
Can
you predict? Right. So you've got to predict the contents of the bobbiesfoods.co.uk website.
Okay.
Through what is reflected in my glasses from the screen of this telephone.
Well, I can't. It's actually the window I can see in your.
So what can you see from the window behind you?
So I imagine there's a header that says Bobby's.
Correct. Yes. Is it a TM trademark or an R in a circle registered trademark?
R in a circle.
R in a circle. Correct.
I spotted that.
Okay, good. You're observant.
I don't know what that means. Registered?
It's a registered trademark. Yeah.
Does that mean you can call your restaurant Bobby's or your biscuit brand Bobby's?
I mean, if it just says TM, does that mean they haven't registered it? They've just said, this is our trademark.
Is that what it said? What does TM stand for?
Trademark.
Okay.
And R is registered trademark.
Okay.
So TM presumably is unregistered.
Anyway, so there's a header.
We're getting caught up in a single letter in the
header.
logo.
I presume it's red.
It is red, yes, it's red, with the word Bobby's, B-O-B-B-Y, apostrophe S, capital letters in a kind of artisanal woodcut font on a red ground, which is itself within a white lozenge, which has a black drop shadow going southwest of the logo. The entire arrangement tilts up, I would say, about 10 degrees north-northeast, and tapers to the right like, I don't know, I would imagine a potato croquette would taper if you rolled it away from you.
Okay, that's quite a lot of detail about the Bobby's
That's the
logo.
logo.
I noticed something that you didn't notice.
What did you notice?
That there's 3 B's in Bobby.
Yep.
And 2 of them are the same, and 1 of them isn't.
It would seem that the first B of Bobby is a wider B than the others. They're all capitals. It's all capitals. However, some capitals are more capital than other capitals. And I would say that the 2 middle B's of Bobby's are junior capitals, and the initial B is the senior capital in this relationship. So there's a dominant submissive kind of thing. It's like one daddy B and a couple of little otters.
Yeah, I've never stared at the Bobby's logo for this long.
How long?
Okay,
can we? But they're not identical because
I know that
those 2 middle B's.
They are.
The 2 middle B's. No, they're similar, but they're not identical. I would point out that in the second B,
I can
the second B
see
has equally sized
the bottom bit smaller
holes through it, whereas the third B has a smaller hole in the bottom.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay,
you can see it now.
Right. So on the left hand side of the website,
right. I'm on a mobile phone, so it's all just one column going downwards.
Home.
Well, no, actually, the first thing they tell you, possibly the most important thing, is where to buy. And it says where to buy. There's a little picture of a shopping basket, and
where can I buy Bobby's crisps from? I'm quite interested. I've got one source, but sometimes I'm not near Padco newsagents.
Do you want to know about the ethos of Bobby's? Do you want to know?
I want to.
How they position themselves in the marketplace.
I'm interested in employing you, Bobby's, into my stomach.
Employing you into my stomach.
Whatever. Get a job in my mouth.
Get a job in my mouth. Oh, gosh.
Okay, so...
reporting to my tonsils.
So I'm here. So just tell me a bit about yourself, Bobby's.
Well, here at Bobby's, we pride ourselves on supporting Britain's local stores. And not the big supermarkets or discounters. No. They're little... They're small. They're the underdog. They're momentum. They're Jeremy Corbyn. They're crisps that think about the many, not the few. They're crisps that they're not interested in going to Asda or Waitrose or Lidl or
Are you making
M&S.
this up?
No.
Is this what they say? Did they say they're Corbyn?
Right. Okay. Do I have to do a different voice?
Not. I swear they were like UKIP company. They might be the outsiders, but read on.
Well, interestingly, if you go really far right and really far left, you actually end up in the same place.
Okay. Well,
fascism. So these crisps are fascist crisps. So do I need to do, so you know when I'm actually telling you the truth of Bobby's, do I need to do a voice?
They're not.
Do I need to do Bobby's voice?
They've got no political message in there.
Hi,
they're just going
it's Bobby here.
They're just going to say you can buy them at this cash and carry retail unit in...
The politics was something I was adding
Oxford.
on. I was expanding on the personality of Bobby, of Bobby's crisps.
But
now, can we establish, is Bobby a female Bobby or a male Bobby?
It's
is she
something
a
like
Robert or a Roberta?
Tom Bobby.
Oh, it's his surname. Oh my God.
It's not first name.
That's a paradigm shift there. Bobby is the surname?
I believe so. It's a hunch.
Clement Bobby founded Bobby's Crisps in 1742 in the back room of a pub in Winchester.
And was taken over by his son, Tom Bobby.
Fair enough. Now I'm questioning whether you're telling me truths or fictions. Is this something you've really learned in your years of research, your years in the basement of the British Library researching the crisp bag archive?
I was up for a few hours before you this morning.
So that's what you were preparing for what we would find at the local shop.
I already knew what was going to happen.
This is the Crisp Minority Report, where we predict what crisps you're going to get.
Can you start again?
I know, right? So you know when I'm extemporising and when I'm actually talking via the voice of Bobby, Tom Bobby, the current dictator of the fascist Bobby's Crisps empire. I will do a voice to represent Tom Bobby. Hi, Tom Bobby here. We pride ourselves on supporting Britain's local stores, not the big supermarkets or discounters. That's why Bobby's is exclusive to the UK's local shops. You'll only find us in convenience stores, corner shops, forecourts, newsagents, off-licenses, holiday parks, universities, pharmacies, theme parks, even the odd pop-up hotel. Yeah, so Bobby's Crisps are available from available on prescription from Boots the Chemist.
I'll go to the doctor. I'm really hungry. I'll give you a prescription because we haven't got much money in the NHS. So we can only afford.
I'm afraid I don't
afford 39p packs of burger bites. So we get that, and then you have to wait in the pharmacy for 10 minutes while they get it ready for you.
And you have to pay the prescription charge.
Yeah,
so each
which is more than 39p.
Which is £8.20. Okay. So convenience stores, fine, although I would call them corner shops. Convenience stores, well, is there an overlap? Is there a Venn diagram?
I'd say I'm not, crisps, chips, whatever.
Okay, let's not fall back into the semantic quagmire of
some of these out.
But it just feels like a creeping Americanization. Convenience stores. That's an American term.
I don't like the term when I think about it.
But you know what? As a term, convenience store, it's quite convenient.
Yeah.
But yeah, corner shops, forecourts, newsagents, off licenses, holiday parks.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they're going to have convenience stores in holiday parks.
Yeah, I presume there are a series of independent traders. Maybe they only sell to the independent holiday parks. They don't go through the Butlins and the Pontins.
Okay.
Yeah. The hegemony of Butlins and Pontins.
Yeah.
Universities. So if you want to get your PhD in snackology, pharmacies and theme parks.
Yeah, I want to. If I want to make it my new life mission
to find a pharmacy that sells
bobbies.
Fair enough. But okay, back to I've forgotten what voice I was doing.
I do find it weird that Boots sell chocolate bars.
Yeah, and actually, where I work in a hospital, and in the main entrance area to the hospital, they have farmed out some of the real estate to shops. There is a big giant Costa.
Marks and Spencer's.
There's a Marks and Spencer's. There's a kind of off-brand clothing shop of some sort, which also sells
clothing shop.
Well, I guess you have old people in hospitals. They need to wear. Actually, quite often in hospitals, you have old people who still have the same clothes they had 40 years ago. They're trying to fit into their business suits that they wore in the 70s, but they're now in their 70s, and it's not helping now that they've got uncontrollable diarrhea, that they have to get in and out of a pair of flared slacks with a very high waistband and an unnecessarily complicated belt system. So there is a shop in the forecourt of the hotel, of the hospital. Hospitals have forecourts. There is a shop there which sells elasticated waistband clothing for the elderly and infirm, and also cuddly toys to give to your.
Oh, that makes sense.
But opposite the Marks.
Do they sell bobbies though?
Opposite the Marks and Spencer's.
Do they sell bobbies?
Well, maybe we need to go on and do a field report on what crisps you can buy in hospitals these days.
I got crisps in hospital when I broke my thumb.
Oh. Which part of the thumb did you break?
I don't know, that bit there.
Was it
towards that lump there? I had a bit of metal bit in it.
Oh, okay. So was that on one of the metacarpal bones? Because you've got your fingers have 3 phalanges: the distal, the middle, and the proximal phalanx. Your thumb only has 2 phalanges, the distal and the proximal. But then there's the metacarpals, which are the 5 long bones that go down the back of your hand.
I believe it was the metacarpal.
So it was your first metacarpal. It wasn't going back into the wrist, where you could find the scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate bones. Those are the 8 carpal bones in 2 rows, which connects to the radius and the ulna in your forearm.
Or the chipsticks.
The chipsticks, okay. So in the crisp anatomy, we have 3... Watsits that form each of the fingers. You have chipsticks that join the fingers to the arm itself, and then loads of burger bites forming the 8.
Yeah, of course.
So,
and then
if you cut your flesh off,
wheat crunchy?
One of those long wheat crunchies that have accidentally been left in a bag that's about 3 feet long, and that's.
God, you'd have brittle bones.
Yes, yeah.
I've had a fall.
I've got crisp-related osteoporosis. I've had a fall. I've got a complicated fracture of my forearm.
But they just have bags of them, wouldn't they? So
but then you put your forearm in a cast, which is just one big wheat crunchy.
And then it
got
just
a massive slide on.
You've got another wheat crunchy inside.
Well, no, you have to use a chipstick to scratch underneath the massive wheat crunchy that you've encased your arm in. So you've broken your arm because your bones are made of crisps. You've encased it in a giant crisp. You're scratching yourself with a crisp. Wow. Is this the dream world we walk through every night?
But in the future.
So everything's crisp.
So they sell them in...
So yeah, in hospitals, ask your doctor for Bobby's crisps.
Yeah, theme parks I'm fine with. That makes sense. Anything else?
Theme park? Well, what... do you think there would have to be a specific theme to the theme park? Or it's not a crisp-themed theme park. Anyway.
I'd bring my own anyway.
Oh yeah.
Be prepared.
Oh, yeah,
like yesterday, didn't have any, and had to listen to that guy eating.
The guy in front of you eating
odd crisps that I wanted to know what they were.
From the side, I could see them, and I think they might have been mini cheddars.
No, that was my. That would have been.
They
my
were the
last
size.
guess.
They were small circles.
Taking hands,
but maybe
were they thin like European crisps.
They were European crisps.
No, you can just munch loads of.
Okay. So you don't think they were a load-bearing crisp?
No.
So what else do you have to say, Bobby's? Wait, what voice was I doing for Bobby's?
Hey, Mr. Bobby! We go to over 22,000 local shops across the UK, giving you the best chance.
That's more like how I imagine Tom Bobby.
Okay, so
it's a bit more like he's got some nasal.
For future reference, this is the voice of Tom Bobby.
Little bit blocked up note, like
slightly adenoidal. I'm Tom Bobby. I'm talking entirely from my nose. Hello.
Okay, so the actual words of Tom Bobby.
We go to over 22,000 local shops across the UK, giving you the best chance to find your favourite Bobby's snack, sweet or cake.
They do cakes.
I know.
Bobby's cakes.
No,
what
Rice
cakes do they
Krispie,
do?
like a chocolate Rice Krispie cake, I believe.
Oh, I was more imagining like a wedding
they do
cake.
Other ones. They
Bobby's
do
wedding cake.
Now I think of it, they do lots of ones, and I think they're Premier stock. A lot of them.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
So,
if our product sounds available near to you, let us know the name of your local shop and we'll do our best to supply them with our tasty products.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
That's great. That's a great facility.
Should we just go Tesco's?
No. They would Bobby's would get back to you and say, no, sorry, that is part of the problem. Part of the patriarchy. The Tesco stores, no way. We only go to your local store or pharmacy.
What about the florist opposite your house?
Yeah, I'm sure Bobby's would be happy to supply crisps to a florist.
And then we have to add it to our list of places that we stock.
Yeah, no, they don't want...
Florists, pharmacies,
second-hand furniture stores,
waxwork museums,
tobacconists.
The voice went there.
churches.
Used car showrooms.
Yeah, I quite like them.
Funeral homes.
Imagine we could make them add things to it.
Yeah.
Add to the list. I think that'd be
Official.
Oh God, I can't do a voice for more than two minutes. Anyway,
it's hard, isn't it?
So here is a list of some of the places that Bobby supplies.
Right, so let me just think.
Oh, should we do it like bingo? I've got here.
Well, okay.
So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 14.
Is it like can we do it like the chase? I don't know if you watched that, but you have to say a certain amount. I'll have to guess how many I'll get. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I get the kind of.
I win something. I win.
So you're bidding.
Some burger bites.
We've already eaten half
I
don't want any. So there are 14 pots. So you're bidding how many you think you'll be able to get out of the 14.
14, okay.
There are 14, I say chains? Chains or, yeah. I reckon, seeing them, I think you can get 1, 2, I reckon you can only get 3.
I think I can get 5. I was going to say 7, but I've just...
No chance!
All right, let me just... shoot.
Right. I reckon 3, you reckon 5 of the 14 chains which are supplied with snacks and cakes by Bobby's.
I'm going to run out pretty quickly. Okay,
yes, you are.
Okay, I'm just going to shoot from the most common ones I can think of. Spa.
Nope.
Premier.
Nope.
Shit, that were 2 sure bet ones.
There are 3 that I'm pretty sure you can
Okay. God, I'm trying to think of another one. Poundland?
No. Oh, they've got examples of theme parks and holiday resorts.
Alton Towers?
Nowhere near as highbrow as Alton Towers.
Pleasurewood Hills.
Where's that?
That's in Great Yarmouth. It's
Great
where I used to
Yarmouth,
go.
okay.
It's the mascot of Pleasurewood Hills is called Woody. It's a bit like Bobby's.
Woody. Is
Woody.
Is he an animal or a man?
Fox or something? Or bear? No, it's a bear.
I think the best.
It's a bit. It's
The best holiday park mascot I ever met was called Flopper, and he was a very old rabbit costume. Very, very worn and slightly brown.
I'm imagining it.
Slightly,
I like
you see
it.
sweat patches on the armpits of this rabbit mascot. Okay, you've got
what-
0 out of 14. So,
so
0 out of
okay.
14.
Woody looked like Pom Bear.
Like Pom Bear. Oh, Pom Bear. One day I hope to meet you, Pom Bear. Oh, Pom Bear.
Pom Bear.
Oh, Pom Bear. I'd like to hug. Do you reckon if you hug
Pom Bear?
Do you reckon if you hug
Sounds like a profession.
Pom Bear? I'm a Pom Bear. It's like being
No, Pom Bear.
a Pom Bearer. Oh, so I thought you meant like
No, I said like a Pom Bear.
I thought it might be a job in a job in a restaurant kitchen, like a sous chef. I'm the sous chef, but one day I'm hoping to be promoted to Pom Bear.
All right.
And you get the costume. When you get promoted from sous chef to Pom Bear, you get to dress up as a bear.
And everyone respects you because you look like a fat.
Yeah, bear with eyes and mouth that go all the way from the front to the back of your head. Like a real Pom Bear. Anyway, 0 out of 14. Come on.
To be honest,
There's no time limit on There's no time limit on this game.
I don't set them in. I just can't think of anywhere. It's gentrification. I can only think of W.H. Smith and Co-op.
Come on,
Top Shop.
Top Shop?
What was some garages?
I'm just as... Oh, come on.
I want to get one at least. Cost cutter.
Yes! 1 out of 14. Cost cutter. Cost cutter. Shop the way you live by cutting costs.
The way you live.
Cost cutter. Shop the way you live. Miserly. Like Scrooge.
Okay. Well, I'm sort of,
So cost cutter, you're on a roll now of 1.
okay.
See, the other 2 I think you can get. One of them is, I would say,
Can I have a clue?
an off-license chain.
Not Stead and Simpson. What's that?
It sells reasonably priced alcohol.
Yeah, one sec. Bottoms up.
Oh, no. Reasonably priced alcohol.
Booze Saver.
Ooh,
Booze,
halfway there.
Booze Brothers.
Something Booze. The Booze Brothers, yeah. Guess Booze coming to
Boo,
dinner.
Booze Radleys.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Booze. Booze Radleys, I like that, yeah. Wake Up Booze. Wake Up Booze, which is an off-licence that only opens from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
That's a great idea. It's a shame that most people don't know who Radleys is nowadays.
Yeah, it's a shame that the reference... At the time in history when the reference would have made sense...
Yeah, it would have been a great business.
It wouldn't have been legal to have an off-licence open at that time.
Oh, shit.
Now that we have 24-hour licensing and can have a morning-only alcohol shop...
Called Wake Up Booze.
Wake Up Booze.
Would run, what, from 1994 to 5?
Yeah, mid-90s, 94 to 97, I reckon you would cover the peak.
It's a shame we're not travelling backwards in time, and then we can make a business plan for then.
Well, I think if you're travelling backwards in time, you've got a lot of ways to make money.
No, I want to do Wake Up Booze.
Oh, you want to do Wake Up Booze?
All
okay.
right. So booze.
So something booze, reasonably priced.
Cool.
Cool.
What a booze?
No, not
booze
cool.
up?
What a booze? what a booze up?
Oh, can you just read the list? I don't think I'm going to get.
It's a great game.
Okay.
It's a great game. Turn towards the alarm clock and press the booze button.
Booze o'clock.
Booze and snooze.
But I've never heard of it.
No, bargain booze.
Bargain. Oh, okay.
Bargain booze. I gave you the clue. Reasonably priced alcohol.
Yeah, but I don't.
Bargain
I've never
booze.
been there. I feel like I've heard of it, but it's just
No,
It's just two
generic.
words
It's too
together,
obvious.
isn't it?
Okay.
It's
So,
like mega can.
so that was the second one I thought you might get.
Okay.
Because I have definitely heard of bargain
I
booze.
wouldn't have got it.
The third one that I think you might have been able to get is a chain of convenience stores.
Okay.
There's certainly some in Bristol. There's one on Minor Road. I know
On
for a
Mina
fact.
Road?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm walking up Mina Road, thinking, God, it's a big hill. Go over
The name,
top.
right? So the name. If we're doing it as a cross,
is it that old? Is it the?
it's a chain. They're all over the country.
Okay. No, I was thinking of B&H or no, is it
B&M.
B&Q.
B&Q?
B&M.
No, it's not B&M. So if it was a crossword clue, I would say that it's two words. The first has 4 letters. The second has 3 letters. And both of those words, those 2 words separately, are descriptive of being at the top of the charts in terms of...
Top price, top...
So there are 2 ways of saying that you're at the top of the charts, you're the highest quality...
Doing good.
Doing good. The corner shop store, doing good.
Acing it.
Acing it, nice, yeah. Smashed it.
Top banana.
Top Banana, yeah, that's no,
Top
not that
Gear.
at all. Top Gear, no, that's a car program.
Can I have one of the words?
No, there are 2 words.
Was it 3
Well,
letters?
do you know what? Do you know when you said, "Can I have one of the words"? Within that sentence was one of the words.
Really?
Yeah.
So can
Nope.
I
Nope.
have
Nope.
one stop?
No. The second word is one. The first word.
One show.
The One Show. The convenience store wing of the television series, The One Show. No, the second word. So 4 letters in the first word, 3 letters in the second word, which we now know is one. So it's something one.
Number 1.
No, 4 letters.
Is it the first word?
The first word has 4 letters.
Good. Good one.
Good one. Good one. I like good one. No, it's best one.
Best one.
Best
oh,
one.
God, yeah. I knew there was one like that.
But you didn't know that
No,
that was
I
it.
don't
You
know.
didn't know. Okay.
It's hard. It's not.
Okay,
It's not a very good name.
No, it's awful. For a
So
while
best one selling the worst stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that needs to say.
It
say
is
it's
a
the
shop.
best.
Best one is a shop which has more than one item in it, and none of them are the best. It fails on both.
I think I went
counts.
to one in Exeter. I think there's one near the station there. Or it might be Premier, which
Well,
is awful.
in my
so-
head, the reason that the Best One chain is called Best One is so that in answer to the question, which corner shop should I meet you at, the answer would be the best one. And then one of you goes to the best one, and the other one goes to the actual good
best
corner
one,
shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have they stock bobbies in lots of places though.
Well, they stock Bobby's in at least 14 places, of which we have now gone through 3. We've got 11 more, none of which I think
reckon-
you will have heard
I still
of.
think that I will have heard of 4 more.
You will have heard of. So basically, I'm going to read out a list, and you're going to go, yep, no, totally thought that one. Yeah. It
No,
was
it's
on
not
the
that I
tongue.
thought of it. It's just that I know of it.
I don't know how to test this, really. But
I,
anyway.
I'll be honest. That's how you.
Oh,
test
honestly,
it.
okay, let's have an honesty policy. Right. Okay, so we have in the corner shop realm, I suppose, we have Key Store.
No.
Not heard of Key Store? Capital K, capital S, but it's all one word.
Awful name.
Key Store. CK Food Stores.
Calvin Klein Foods.
Calvin Klein's.
No.
Yep. No, never heard of that. 101 Off Sales.
No.
I don't know what that is at all.
Sounds awful.
Nicer or Nisa? N-I-S-A?
I know that. Yes.
N-I-S-A?
Yeah, because my
yes,
friend-
yes. Honesty policy.
Yes, my
You've got one
friend
more.
used to work there.
Working at Nicer. Okay. Nicer or Nisa?
Nisa.
Nisa. Okay.
Nisa, yeah, there was one on Bear Road in Brighton, and Jay used to work at it.
Oh, cool. So now there's a series that
Let's
are all, that in my mind, are all part of the same.
Is it Virgin?
umbrella. No, we've got Clydebank Co-op, the Radstock Cooperative Society, East of England Co-op, Chelmsford Star, the cooperative at the heart of Essex, and Central Cooperative. So all of those are kind of co-op branches, or like sub-co-ops, but they're probably not the co-op.
No,
They're another co-op. So they fall in a particular
don't see
subgenre.
the point of listing all the different ones. I think they were wanted to get up to 14.
They've all got very different... Yeah, 14, the dream number of places. Like, they've all got very different logos, though. Some of which look like kind of off-brand The Co-op logos, which is quite nice. Both, they've got one, the Chelmsford Star, the cooperative at the heart of Essex, is a cheap pastiche of the penultimate co-op logo when it was lowercase and it said cooperative in one row. But the Clydebank, a real co-op established 1881, has done an off-brand pastiche of the current co-op logo, which is also the original co-op logo,
Isn't
which
it
has
just co-op,
CO on
Josie?
top of OP.
Isn't it just the co-op logo? Isn't it just like?
They've had two
But
known logos.
is it a
co-op.
franchise?
It's a co-op. It's a
It's
cooperative.
cooperative, of course. Is it a gang?
But there is the best known co-op.
Yeah, okay.
But these are all kind of co-ops. which-
I finding
Knock-off
it
co-ops.
an enjoyable experience. You describing the internet
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you
rather
these
than
things.
looking at
I
it.
could just show you this, but no, I'm going to describe it badly.
It's in the it's a,
Right. Anyway,
it's like having a book.
yeah, it's like I'm an
Rather than a
audiobook.
film.
I'm an audiobook of the internet for you, Henry. That's what I am.
yeah,
When you go
take
blind,
ages when you go into so much detail.
when you go blind,
When
you're-
I go, I actually will go blind. I got
when you go
hereditary eye disease.
fantastic. When that happens, I will be there to describe every logo on the internet to you.
I'm happy about that, and I've
Yeah,
got
it's good, it's the future.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, we've planned our future out. Right, we've got two left.
2 left. Is that all? I'm
Yeah,
not going
'cause
to win. Then.
We just rattled through. Well, maybe. I think you will have heard of one of these. One of them is a theme park, and its logo looks like... Well, it's just a nightmare, a colour nightmare. The Drayton Manor theme park. Drayton and Manor are in blue, mixed case, with capital D and M and lowercase Rayton Anna. But they're a kind of faded blue to white horizontally, inside a white outline, inside a red outline, inside a yellow outline. So overly jazzy. And the words theme park are underneath that, and they're in all caps. They're in a totally different font. They're not italicized. They're in all caps. They're on a red background that looks like a plate that you would seen screwed onto a steam train. And to the left of the words Drayton Manor, there is what I think is meant to be a roller coaster doing a loop-the-loop. But it actually looks like an AIDS awareness ribbon with a baby's face in it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Drayton Manor theme park logo. I'd never heard of Drayton Manor theme park.
Don't know where Drayton is.
No,
Don't like theme parks.
not a big fan myself. Well, but it is a hoot at Paulson's Park.
Well, no, I want to go.
Yeah, I want to go.
I do want to go. I'm just not a fan yet.
What about would you like to go to the Darren Brown Ghost Train ride at Alton Towers?
Someone told me about that. My friend Hannah told me about that.
Okay, she enjoy it?
3D.
Well, it's like VR. You put your goggles on, and
Said
then
the
people.
word-
You put your goggles on, and then people tickle you
Yeah, but
under
then
the tit.
she said that was crap. And Darren Brown's like hologram and tells you something.
Oh, Darren Brown's hologram. Okay, see, I'm sold now.
But then she said the best bit was afterwards when you go to the gift shop, because then stuff that you've seen in the virtual reality comes out of the gift shop, and there's this.
So it's still scary
there's a
when you're in the
trick-
gift shop.
There's a trick at the end. She
Oh, that's
said,
pretty
I thought it
banging.
was really crap.
Is
And
that a
then
spoiler?
Yes, it's a spoiler.
We still haven't got through the people to whom Bobby's.
But I still want to know what the last
There's
one
one
is.
left, there's one
And
left.
which I think I'll know.
Yeah, no, I think you'll know it.
Okay.
So
it's been
what is
the last
what is the
one?
last
It's the
company
last
to
one.
which Bobby's?
Is this
This is everything. This is their entire market.
They don't sell them anywhere else, or is
Well,
it
they
just
must do.
some of them?
They must do, because the shop that we
That's
bought.
the best ones they do it.
The
at.
shop that we bought these
They're
2
proud of
packs
it,
of
aren't they?
crisps are not part of any of these chains.
Okay.
So the last one is a holiday resort.
What, Pontins or Butlins?
No, we've already eliminated. So
Okay.
I was correct to say that, that
Well, it's
Butlins
too
and
commercial.
Butlins and Pontins are too commercial for Bobby's, because Bobby's are about the
It's
underdog.
It's like It's like being questioned on underground music.
Yeah.
Like,
Name
what
an
label?
obscure holiday camp. So obscure that it's never had an All Tomorrow's Parties on it or a Bang Face.
All right. Well, what is it?
Let's eliminate some. It's not Ho Seasons.
I don't know what
Ho Seasons holidays. Okay, well that's a dead end. It is Haven, Britain's favourite seaside holiday.
I feel like I've heard of it, but it's just a word.
It's just a word. It's all
Tax
Henry.
haven.
Henry, I hate to break this to you. They're all just words. All of them.
I know it's just words, but
there is now.
It's like, do you know this? It's like, I know the word.
There is now an amazing photo on this website of a whole 5-deep rack of Bobby's products. I think it's Bobby's
Cakes,
all the way
crisps?
down.
Is there anything surprising?
All snacks. I mean, the surprising thing
is there any drinks?
The surprising thing is that you can see some Pringles on the top shelf.
No.
Yep, you can see Pringles on the top shelf.
Why would they do that?
Look away from the Pringles. Don't pay attention to
don't
the
say
Pringles.
that Pringles own them.
No, Bobby's are proudly independent.
Yeah, but you're not saying it in that voice.
Bobby's are proudly independent.
That's a
Bobby's are proudly independent.
It sounds like he's had a few drinks. a few Bobby's Golds. Or
he's had some Bobby's Calpol and some Bobby's ibuprofen from the pharmacy.
Made a
I've got some
crazy cocktail for Bobby's on the edge.
I'm terribly allergic to these Bobby's crisps, but don't worry, I've also got some Bobby's Loratadine that I can take. It'll be fine. Oh no! If I go sideways, I get even more of this image. This is awful.
I mean, is that it on the ethos? Because it's not really an ethos.
I'm just going one by one through these things. Okay.
Rights.
So I will now tell you in order. I'm not going to string this out, much as I would love to. These are the products on this image. We have Bobby's onion rings, Bobby's snack mix, Bobby's spirals blue, Bobby's spirals pink, Bobby's something snacks with an X, Bobby's burger bites, Bobby's cheesy curls, Bobby's beef grills, Bobby's bacon streaks, Bobby's prawn crackers, Bobby's pork crackles, Bobby's salted peanuts, Bobby's dry roasted peanuts, Bobby's toffee popcorn, Bobby's fruit chews, and Bobby's marshmallows.
I've seen Bobby's marshmallows.
Yeah, how are they?
I don't like marshmallows.
They look the pink coloured. I mean, it might just be the image, but the pink colour does not look healthy.
Doesn't feel very healthy.
The pink and white of marshmallows should be quite kind of vibrant.
What is the pink? It's not even strawberry. Anyway.
I don't know. So if white marshmallows are made out of marsh water, then pink marshmallows are made out of marsh water where someone has been killed and has bled out into the marsh.
Well, Mr. Blobby.
It's Blobbies. Blobby's blood.
Oh, God.
Don't go
wormhole.
There.
Don't go there.
Step away from the wormhole.
Everyone, step away from the wormhole.
Away from the Edmund wormhole.
I went into the Edmund wormhole the other day and it lasted the whole weekend.
Now, did you start listening to every single radio station that he runs side by side?
No, I didn't do that, but I have listened to it. But I did listen.
Did you call him up and ask him to psychoanalyse your cat?
No, but I would like to. But I love Noel Edmonds. Yeah,
I love him too.
He's a very creative person.
Yeah. Did you talk to him about the orbs that represent his mother and father that watch over him at all times?
No.
No.
But I did listen to the whole Mr. Blobby album.
The whole Mr. Blobby
album.
LP. What formats?
CD.
Right. So it's on CD. Was it also available on MC and LP?
No.
Just CD. It was a CD only release.
Yes.
Can you get it? Can you download it as an MP3? A FLAC?
I don't know.
An AIF. Can you download it as an AIF?
It's not. Is that how you say it?
AIF. AIFF. AIF.
Yeah.
A WAV. I'd like a lossless FLAC of Mr. Blobby, the album.
As people, I'm trying to imagine who they are.
Oh, you're trying to... Oh, okay. Anthropomorphise the audiophile formats now.
Right, so... You'll be much better at doing it than me. So, let's start at the start.
What, the uncompressed WAV file?
What's the first digital file format? Is it WAV?
Well, WAV is just a WAV file,
is
isn't
it? AF.
Afe.
Afe, okay.
Afe.
You afe.
Big flack. Flack you.
Stupid wav. A wav, I imagine a wav to be sort of a wife of a...
Well, I kind of feel like they're businessmen. They're selling you their business.
Their business.
Right? Yeah, so
let's
I mean,
go,
basically, their business is conveying music from the supplier to the client. Yeah? That's their business. They're an intermediary for music transfer. WAV is no nonsense. He tells you it like it is. He gives you everything. He's got a Ford Transit full up with WAVs. He's driving it around your house. Here are some WAVs. Honest price. Yeah.
And it comes straight from field to mouth or whatever.
Yeah, straight from field to mouth. He's possibly fiddling his self-employment tax returns. He's probably claiming for trousers to wear to work, which he's actually bought to go orienteering in. But nonetheless...
Is he?
Yeah, this is what WAV is doing. He's massaging his taxes, but he's not fiddling them. Yeah?
Okay.
Whereas MP3's got the red braces, he's got the stripy shirt with the white collar.
Yes.
Yeah? MP3, he's there in his Ferrari.
He's snazzy.
He's there in his Ferrari, he's got a Samsonite briefcase with a 4-figure key lock on it. And in that, he's got his MP3s. And, they look flashy.
He's got nice teeth.
He's got very nice teeth. Of course, MP3 has nice teeth.
And hair products.
Yep. He's using Brill Cream. He's probably going to have hair plugs in about 5 years' time. He's going to have to go for the hair plugs. He had an earring for about 4 years, but then he was worried that it made him look a bit gay.
Yeah, that's about right. He's old.
He's old,
but
in midlife crisis.
But still looks young.
He's not doing badly,
He's not doing badly for himself.
He's not doing badly. And then, of course, you've got Flack, which is the artisanal supplier who goes around on his bicycle. He goes around on his bicycle.
Got a beard.
He's got a beard which he uses beard product in. He's got trousers made out of wool trousers. Yeah. Which he's rolled up so that they're about 4 inches above the ankle. He's wearing.
Does he deliver them to your house? On his bike?
Yeah. He delivers them to the house, but because he is a bit artisanal but also a bit modern, what he's doing, Mr. Flack on his bicycle, is he's getting all of his requests via Tinder. So, Tinder? Can you do crisp?
I don't know. I've never used it. I'm just picturing going through crisps on Tinder, though. I've seen people do it.
We've gone back on topic here. We were off topic. This is music supply.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fine. I'm near the crisp wormhole again.
Okay. We're in that wormhole.
Okay. And what about Mr. Afe?
Mr. Afe.
He's not doing very well for himself.
I don't know.
He's trying.
Because isn't AFE like an Apple Mac format, whereas it's the equivalent of like PCs
he's
have
still
WAV.
not doing well for himself. I mean, who uses AFEs?
No, God,
He occasionally get them.
The problem with AFE is he's broken a leg, but he didn't think to get any kind of key person insurance for his business. So he's laid up at home, and he's been told he's got to stay still. He's got to elevate that leg. He's got to put ice on it. He's got to make sure that the hamstring reattaches okay, but he's not getting any money in. His wife's moaning at him. He's got the kid crying in the next room. But he can't help with the kid, can he? So the wife's doing all the work. He's up on the sofa.
I picture him as a mixture.
The business is going down.
I picture him as a cross between Barry from EastEnders.
Okay, and now we're on EastEnders.
And Steve Jobs.
Barry Jobs. Yep, got it. Yeah.
And unfortunately, people aren't buying into his business because he's not as good looking as WAV or MP3.
No.
And Flack is.
Well, Flack's in a different market space, isn't he? Flack's in a different market area.
He's appealing to a different market, so he's trying to take the same kind of business as WAV, but WAV's cheaper.
Yeah.
He's a little more friendly.
Yeah. Oh, poor Afe. I feel like Afe is the... I feel sorry for the Afes.
You know what? I'm going to start rendering an Afe. That's
start rendering all of your audio files as
because
Afes.
I want him to succeed.
Yeah, we want to support, like Bobby's. We want to support the underdog.
The underdog, yeah.
So when you were listening, let's go back one layer.
Yeah.
Out, so we're climbing up one layer out of the wormhole. We've got from anthropomorphizing audio file formats. We're back up at the Mr. Blobby album. What did you want to tell me about the Mr. Blobby album?
So the Mr. Blobby album is atrocious,
It's very bad. Okay, that's
as you'd imagine.
to be expected.
What made me want to listen to it is I was in the pub and we were chatting, and as you do, the subject came on about Mr. Blobby. And I was on Discogs. I was like, oh, there's a Mr. Blobby album. Let's have a look at the track list from the Mr. Blobby album.
Right, can I stop you there? Does every track title have the word blob?
No. But maybe most of them.
Sitting on the blob of the bay.
That is on there.
What? No, we can't go onto a secondary website.
But there was a track called Blob Lake.
Blob Lake, and so it's like Swan Lake.
But I didn't get the connection at first. I don't know why.
Blob Lake. You just thought it was a lake where the fluid was pink but with yellow patches.
And I just imagined it straight away. And I was like, I've got to listen to this album.
Yeah.
Got on it, and I think it was it Tony Parsons or someone, or
Tony Blackburn?
Tony Blackburn's.
Tony Parsons is a columnist in The Sun. Quite a thoroughly despicable right-wing Sun columnist.
I don't think it was him.
Tony Blackburn is one of the very few 1970s disc jockeys that is still safe.
Did he work with Noel Edmonds on the same?
Oh yeah. Blackburn. Blackburn and Edmonds would have known them.
So he's on the start. He's helping Noel Edmonds do the Mr. Blobby thing. And it is some of it's music and some of it's talking and stories. And
nice,
jokes.
Okay.
And see if I can recount one of them.
It's like the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, which was a total paradigm shift in soundtrack releases, because previously you'd release the soundtrack to a film and it would just be the music from the film. But when Pulp Fiction soundtrack came out...
There's a robbery!
If any of you muddy funsters move, I'm going to do shooting you, because I'm doing a rob in this place. I got some guns.
So this one was like...
And I will strike down upon you with great furious anger with my hands, and you're going to feel the pain of my angry hands.
Can you do it in Tom Bobby's the Pulp Fiction.
And I will strike down on you with furious vengeance, because I'm quite angry about things, and also my hair is very difficult to curl.
So
Mr.
Mr.
There was
Blobby...
Mr. Blobby jokes.
Has
and
jokes.
I'm trying to think. I can only think of the answers. Blobby Hood.
Okay, so let's reverse engineer this. Who is pink and yellow and robs from the rich and gives to the poor? Blobbin Hood. So you should be Blobbin Hood.
They were really awful.
Yeah, okay,
lots of awful jokes. And then it goes on to Blob Lake.
Is that a joke, or is that the music from Swan Lake?
Let me sort of backtrack a bit.
What more jokes?
So it starts off introducing Noel Edmonds and
Tony Blackburn?
Tony Blackburn.
Okay.
And
So Tony Blackburn is there all throughout?
I don't know.
Feels like he's a bit late to the game.
He does that, and there's 14 tracks on the album, not
14
20.
tracks.
Right?
Okay.
So guess what track his number one hit was?
Blobby, Mr.
Was
What? What's the
Mr.
title?
Mr. Blobby.
Is it just
I
called
don't
Mr.
know,
Blobby?
Mr. Blobby or something. Oh. Doesn't matter. He had a number one hit. So you're putting it together, Mr. Blobby album. What number of track listing do you put Mr. Blobby as hit?
Well, there's some choices here, isn't there? You either front load it, you front load it, and you put track 1, Mr. Blobby, straight in there, draw the crowd in. You're on. They've got them on side, and maybe they will let the rest of the album play without thinking to turn it off. I mean, it's convenient anyway. You've bought the album, but really, you just want to listen to that first track. Or you have it as track 2, and you have maybe a skit to start it, yeah?
That's where I'd have it track 2 or track 3.
Track 2 or track 3, but yeah, so you have maybe a skit or maybe like a deep cut right up front, just in a deep cut.
Because you can save the remix for the end.
Oh, now! I hadn't thought that you might have 2 versions of the same smash hit.
I don't know, if you'd be struggling with the material that they had to come up with for that album. It's pretty terrible. But that made for a good album about midway through, where it starts to sound like freak out, like post-industrial music,
where it
made
goes
by
into
people on LSD.
Where Mr. Blobby starts collaborating with Coil halfway through the album.
Completely lost it. it sounds like it was done in the studio in one day, and it sounds like by that point they were exhausted by doing it. Because the other thing is,
were they physically exhausted or mentally exhausted?
Mentally, both. Because the voice of Mr. Blobby isn't Mr. Blobby. It's just Tony Blackburn or Noel Edmonds pretending to be Mr. Blobby. So it's not even the real thing. It's like Noel Edmonds like, there's a bit more money to be made out of Mr. Blobby.
They didn't get the definitive voice actor.
It sounded like they did it in the spare time at Radio 1.
Oh, they did it while the records were on. So while they were doing their shows at Radio 1.
That's what it sounded
when
like.
They would put on like a long track, they'd like put on Hallelujah by Can, and then during the 17-minute runtime...
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, it's great. We're playing it.
No, I'd like to hear Noel Edmonds play that.
Noel Edmonds play a real kind of mid-period Can whole album side length.
Just imagining he somehow bought up the Wire.
Oh, so
and started running it.
Noel Edmonds takes over the Wire magazine's radio presence on Resonance.
Yeah.
Noel Edmonds on Resonance.
Yeah.
Edmondson's. Yeah, Edmondson's FM.
Yeah, so...
Resonol FM.
So the Mr. Blobby's #1 single is track number 13 out of
13?
Out of 14.
Oh, God, they're really making you wait for that.
So they're making you listen to the whole album, because if your forward button didn't work on your CD player, you had to listen to the whole album.
Yeah,
or
if you...
They should have made it one file.
like Love Sexy by Prince. That's one file on CD. Yeah. You can't skip between tracks on Love Sexy. Or Spiritualized. Which album is it? Spiritualized Electric Main? No. Pure Phase by Spiritualized is on CD is 4 tracks, each of which would be a side of vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a good album.
Yeah,
that's a good album.
I don't know.
Not the
I wouldn't
album.
advise to listen to it. Maybe skip to the middle.
Skip to the middle. What does it gets really good about track 7?
Yeah.
But when they've so much run out of steam that they are doing any old crap.
It's just really odd.
Actually,
It sounds like Mr. Blobby's kind of sample to old sort of Casio Yamaha sampling
oh,
keyboard.
nice.
And they're just freaking out a bit.
So would it triangulate with maybe the music of Frank Sidebottom and John Shuttleworth? Imagine if Blobby had gone solo and had become a very kind of very, very detailed character, a very well thought through,
with
a
Mr. Blobby
backstory.
then, because he's completely mindless. And then, not as well as listening to his whole CD release, we watched his whole video about 4 times because we started doing something else. Towards the
you felt like
it just went on.
You hadn't given it enough attention. It's like, wow, I've really not paid enough attention to this Mr. Blobby spin-off video. I don't feel like I've got all of the subtext, all of the narrative strands that were being juggled throughout the course of this sophisticated narrative work. Yeah, so you had to watch it 4 times.
Yeah. And then I think we looked at sort of porcelain blobbies and so just fake blobbies.
Oh my God, you went into bootleg blobs.
Bootleg blobs.
Bloblegs.
So on the Blobbies website.
Yeah, we're fully out of the wormhole.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Well, I don't know.
I'm out of it. I can hear Mr. Blobby going. Blue, 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 blue.
And underneath him there are the. Do you know what? Do you know what? This wormhole.
Well,
backtrack. I want to hear what this sound effect vision you're creating for me is.
Okay, so
'cause I'm enjoying this. So what are you enacting in Foley?
We're here like. That's us talking.
Okay, we're talking. For some reason, we're talking in a kind of quasi blobby voice anyway.
No, it's just a.
Oh, it's you're rhubarbing.
Yeah, it's a rhubarbing.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and then what did I say?
So we're going down this wormhole, like Dante's Inferno. There are different layers of hell.
So let's get back to bobbies.co.uk. Okay. Back. Yeah.
So that was the soundscape of us climbing up one of the layers of the wormhole.
Yeah.
Because it's like you. So Are you aware of the structure of Dante's Inferno?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I also don't really know what a wormhole is. But,
Well, a wormhole
but
is...
please don't start talking about
A wormhole is a passageway in
Say it
space.
okay.
Passageway in space.
Okay, yeah.
It goes
Okay,
from one
that's
part
what-
of space
that's
to
what I
another.
Yeah, but let's
Dante's
just say,
Dante's Inferno.
I'm in a cave.
Dante starts off at the surface of the earth, and he works his way through the layers of the earth, the circles of hell, going down,
okay.
and they get smaller and smaller. And the worse a person you have been, the further down in hell you get. Until at the middle of the earth, you've got
Blobby.
Satan himself,
Mr.
who has
Blobby.
been cast out of hell. Satan has been cast out of heaven,
Okay.
has drilled through the earth, creating this, I always imagine, an inverse cone, which is hell. And then Satan is stuck at the centre of the earth, which is like his top half coming up out of this. So I imagine if you get down far enough, you get to see Satan's unmentionals and legs
that
just
where we
pointing down
were?
towards Australia. So I think where we were, I think the anthropomorphized audio file formats were quite near to the centre of the earth. And above that, you have a discussion of the Mr. Blobby album and... starting at the bottom. At the bottom, you've got the personifications of audio files. Above that, you've got the Noel Edmonds Empire, incorporating the radio shows, the cosmic orbs, all of that kind of stuff. Above that, you have the Mr. Blobbyverse.
Which is connected to Bobby's.
The Blobbyverse. Above that, you have Bobby's, the website. And above that, you have the crisps that we actually were eating that this is a review of.
Okay. Well,
This review is the surface. Underneath the review of the crisps, you've got this whole spiral into an Edmonds hell.
I'm happy to not go down the Edmonds house, so let's just...
I'm glad we're back
stand
up to the top.
Just sit at the edge.
let's-
Sit at the dock of the hole.
Right, so continuing with the Bobby's website, there is now a function whereby you can find Bobby's near you. It's the Bobby's locator.
Brilliant.
Yep. Want to know which local shop stocks your favourite? We can help. Simply fill in the details below and we will let you know. So it's not an automated thing. You have to put your name, your email address, your postcode, and the product you want to find. And I guess you then send that off, and someone at Bobby's HQ, maybe Tom Bobby himself, does the legwork, does the research, finds out what direction you have to go in. And maybe they then fax you back a map to show you which way to go.
Like, so I'm in Brussels somewhere, and I'm really.
I'm in Papua New Guinea, and I really want to get some burger bites. Please show me the way,
But
Saint
do you think
Bobby.
that sends you to the nearest one, which would maybe be in Kent or something? If they don't sell them in Europe, it'll be the edge of where you'd... Well, I suppose you wouldn't be getting a ferry, so it'd be somewhere near Gatwick or Luton.
Do you think Bobby's isn't keen on the ferry industry?
No, but it depends. Actually, it's nearer, isn't it? If it's
okay.
But it depends if you're flying back. So in Papua New Guinea, and you
got you.
to get to Papua New Guinea. So that's in what, South America?
No,
No.
no, it's not.
Okay, well, where is it?
Papua
In
New Guinea.
Africa?
It's in the what do they call that bit?
Sorry, I've
Australasia.
just climbed up a level.
You're actually eating the crisps again. You're back on crisp level.
So you
Australasia.
Quite.
Right.
Yeah.
There are 3 more bits of this website before we get to the bottom of this page.
Okay, let's move on.
One of them is the, as is to be expected, follow us, where you can click on it and it will give you links to the Bobby's Facebook, the Bobby's
Which I will
Twitter,
be
the
doing
Bobby's
later.
Instagram, which you will be doing later. You will be following Bobby's in every possible way. They have chosen to illustrate the link to follow us with, it would appear to be a... I don't even know what this thing... I think it's one of those fruit roll-up things.
Fruit roll-up?
It's a fruit roll-up.
What is that? What, a jam roly-poly?
No, like a
fruit-
gelatin sweet that is... They're not again, this feels like something that isn't native to this country.
Bobby's tobacco.
What it ends up looking is like a raspberry flavoured snail with some quite well defined eyebrows and
Is it meant to be a fun, like
5 teeth.
like cute?
Hasn't
like,
got,
is it meant to be a cute character so that you click on it?
Yeah, it
Is
would
it
appear.
cute?
It's not cute. It is worrying. It looks a little bit like. Ah, do you know what it looks like? It looks like if you've got a wood plane. You know, a wood plane to plane like the surface of a piece of wood.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got your wood plane, and you use it to plane off a strip of skin from the back of a fat man. Yeah. So you've got this strip, and it's equally wide.
I mean, it's happening in my mind.
Yeah, I'm painting a picture with words. You've got this strip of skin that you've peeled off the back of a man, preferably a fat man. So it's got a stretch of fat underneath it, and then maybe it's like a little bit tinged red with blood, and then pink skin on the top, and it's all equally width. And then it rolls up on itself because it's got kind of springiness to it. So it rolls up into a spiral, and that's got a face on it. That was the Bobby's mascot.
Harrowing.
Harrowing.
Is that something like Nightbreed?
Yeah, I'm never going to show you what
Clive
it really...
Barker.
Yeah, this is...
Budget creation. Clive Barker works for Bobby's. He hasn't got any work.
Yeah, it's sub Tom Savini. It's not as good as a Tom Savini creation.
I'm trying to look for other messages within there.
The next...
You said kids' penises, didn't you?
Kids' penises, yeah. The kids' penises and the flayed flesh of an overweight man. Bobbies.
Flayed flesh rings.
Flayed flesh rings.
That'd be great, those little snails. Human skin snail monsters.
Whip marks, which is a snack which has been made by taking the scabs off after you've whipped someone. Yes.
Bobby's scabs.
Scabs. S-K-A-B-Z. Bobby's
Black.
scabs.
Really dark.
Imagine if you could synthesise the texture, consistency and flavour of a scab.
Would it be about the size of cornflakes or smaller?
Well, yeah, essentially, yeah. Yeah.
Be nice.
Cornflakes, like big dandruff. The next link is to the products, the Bobby's products, which I've kind of gone through in the picture previously.
Yeah, we'll choose the most interesting bits.
The three, what 3 Bobby's products, and they're all crisps, I would say, what 3 products have they chosen to represent them on the link to their products page? There are 3 bags.
Onion rings.
Correct. They are illuminated by a theatrical light. There is a piece of clip art of a theatrical light spreading its beams across 3 bags. You've got 3 different coloured bags. The green onion rings.
Oh, I was going to say blue spirals.
No blue spirals.
I love them.
No, good. Yeah.
Got a nice bite to them.
Yeah,
It's crunch.
And you can pretend, maybe, from a distance that you're eating pasta, which is a bit more
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So we've got onion rings. What are the other 2 leading products?
Burger grills.
No.
Well,
These
just
the 2 remaining products have got they are knockoffs of 2 much better known crisp snack products. One of which starts with a W, and the other one starts with an F. Oh, you were close.
What?
So the
Well, I don't know what I said. I went
You went what?
What's
What?
it?
So What's-its, which are
Cheese puffs.
cheesy curls in the Bobby land, and what starts with an F?
Frazzles.
Yep, and those are called...
Bacon.
I said it earlier. Come on.
Bacon bites. Bacon snacks. Bacon people.
Bacon streaks.
Okay, yeah.
Bacon streaks. And the final link is to for suppliers, and it's the Stock Us link. You can we should send some off for places that we want. So for
should we just try and get them
just
everywhere?
Email off. Say hi. This is Jessica Waitrose, the co-proprietor of the Waitrose supermarket chain.
Order them in.
Yeah, just order them in for Waitrose on behalf of Waitrose. And finally, at the bottom of the page. It says that Bobby's snacks are direct to local stores nationwide, and it gives a date that Bobby's were established. In what year was the Bobby's brand established?
You know what?
In what year?
I know what.
I have started, so I will finish. Your final question to proceed to the mastermind final.
Oh God.
To proceed as an Octo champ on Countdown. To proceed to the Gold Run. In what year was Bobby's Crisps established? Drum roll.
I believe it to be.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. What is the truth?
I'm going on pure gutting instinct here. I'm going to eat a few more of these.
Yeah. Taste the crisps. Taste the crisps. Which ones do you want now? You want the burger bites? Taste the burger bites and find yourself transported back. Imagine you were in the past eating those crisps. How far back could you conceivably be eating them? It's like, if you imagine yourself wearing a digital watch in World War One, doesn't seem believable.
Stop it, you're confusing me.
If you imagine yourself wearing a digital watch while watching Indiana Jones, that's conceivable, yeah?
Oh, is that? Oh God, you're giving me a guided
I'm
vision with a clues in.
There are no clues in what I'm saying.
Wasn't that clue? You said Indiana Jones. You just fucked up my vision that I was having.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you go on your vision quest. Imagine eating Bobby's Burger Bites. In what year would you...
Do you know what was happening? Sorry, I've just come out of my vision.
Yeah, you've come out of the vision quest.
I'm seriously imagining a number, and I thought it was connecting to something.
Okay.
I often think this, and I have like sort of powers to, what's it called, psychokinesis?
Okay. Psychokinesis means you can move things with your mind.
Not at all.
So are you gonna like Matilda from Roald Dahl's Matilda? Are you gonna lift the burger bites from the bag without touching them and bring them to Mrs. Trunchbull's mouth and force feed her burger bites until she runs screaming from the school?
It's mean I can read minds,
Oh, so you're psychic.
So
yes, okay, got it.
I often think I'm psychic, and I was visualising this thing, and I was getting quite into it.
Do you sometimes think that other people think you're psychic? Can you read their minds?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Their opinion of your psychic powers?
Yeah, exactly. So I often think that. And I was doing it, and I was actually taking it quite seriously, and you were going on about watches or something.
Digital watches in First World War.
I was thinking, just shut up, Josie.
That's what most people think at most times. That's how I'm psychic. I can tell. I can read other people's minds, and I can hear them saying, shut the fuck up. Just stop fucking... Shut it. Shut up.
I know you didn't talk about Good Night Sweetheart, but...
Good Night Snack Heart.
Yeah. I was sort of going there. I started to go down that wormhole.
Crisp history.
Then you said Indiana Jones. So I went out of the Good Night Sweetheart.
Okay.
I went up there. I'm like, oh, come on. I was thinking my original thought was 1962, right? And then when you started guiding me, I thought, well. You said, imagine you're eating it, and what era?
Yeah, you're imagining
I was
eating
like, oh, maybe it's 72. I know it's got two in it.
These are phenomenal guesses.
And then you said Indiana Jones. I went up to the 80s, and I went, no, stop it. And then I went back to the 60s, right? And I was hovering around the 60s, and then I was like, maybe it's not 62. Maybe it's 69. And then. Then I realised that I just was looking at the price of the crisps.
69p.
Which, is it right? No, it's 39p, but where's the other packet?
That is... 69 is...
There! See, 69.
So, what you've done with your psychic powers is you've remembered how much you paid for the packet of Bobby's Buffalo Chips.
Exactly. Which I know is not that amazing.
That wasn't the question I asked, but it was an answer to another question. Well done with that.
So I'll go for 1962.
So you actually went through a series of dates there. You went 62, 72, 82, and then you went...
No, I didn't go to
80 something.
I just went to 80.
Temporarily when I
talked
talked
about
about Indiana Jones.
I went back.
And then you went back to 69, but that was actually 69p, the cost of the pack. Well, let's find out next week what the year that Bobby's Crisps was established. That's the cliffhanger of this episode of Good Night Snack Heart, the time-travelling crisps event series starring Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Yes. Okay, see you next week. Bye.